Hi everyone. In this video we will prove Taylor's theorem, which is also called Taylor series expansion of a function, and we will derive that Maclaurin series expansion of a function is the particular case of this Taylor series expansion. Let's read the statement. The statement says that if fx is a function of x and h is a very small number and the function fx plus h is capable of being expanded in a convergent series. That means we can expand the function fx plus h in the convergent series of positive integral powers of h. Then the expansion of fx plus h is given by fx plus h f dash x plus h square upon 2 factorial f double dash x plus h cube upon 3 factorial f triple dash x plus so on plus h raised to power n upon n factorial f nth derivative of x plus up to infinity. This Taylor series is very useful for finding approximate value of a function. That means this theorem is useful for approximating a function. Basic idea of Taylor series is finding polynomial approximation of a non-polynomial function, because polynomials are comparatively easier to deal with. Such kind of approximations are very useful in real life situations. Like in my previous video on simple pendulum, you must have noticed that we approximated sine theta by theta. I had written over here that sine theta is approximately equal to theta. This is just one example. In many situations, we need to find approximation of the function for reaching at some conclusion. So this theorem is very important from this perspective, and let's prove this theorem now. In the statement only, we assume that the function fx plus h is capable of being expanded in the positive powers of h. So let's assume that f of x plus h is equal to a naught plus a1 h plus so on an h raised to power n up to infinity. That means we have expanded fx plus h in the positive integral powers of h, where a naught, a1, an all a's are functions of x, where a's are functions of x. Let's differentiate this expression both sides with respect to h. Let's mark this by equation number 1. Differentiate both sides with respect to h. So on the left hand side we will be having f x dash x plus h. On the right hand side, derivative of this constant will be, this is not constant, rather this is a function of x, but we are differentiating with respect to h. So derivative of this a naught will be 0 and derivative of h will be 1. So we will be having a1 as first term plus next term must be a2 h square. So differentiation of that will be a2 into h, 2a2 into h. Similarly, in the next terms, it must be a3h cube and the derivative of that term will be 3a3h square and so on. Derivative of this term, nth term, can be written as n an h raised to power n minus 1 and so on. So this is the derivative of this equation number 1. Again differentiating both sides, we will be getting f double dash x plus h equal to 0 plus 2a2 plus 3 into 2a3 into h plus so on n n minus 1 an h raised to power n minus 2 up to infinity. Let's differentiate both sides one more time with respect to h. So it will be triple derivative of fx plus h, that will be f triple dash x plus h equal to 0 plus 0 plus 3 into 2 a3, and derivative of h will be 1, and in the next terms it must be 4 a4 h cube, and over here it will be 4 into 3 into a4 h square and so on, and over here it will be 4 3 2 a4 h, so on, n into n minus 1 a into n minus 2 an h raised to power n minus 1 and so on. So it will be the third order derivative of this expression. In general, nth order derivative of f x plus h will be equal to, now you have to generalize the expression. Let's generalize what we have observed in the second order derivative. The coefficient of a2 was non-zero, and in the third order derivative coefficient of a3 is non-zero. So in the nth order derivative coefficient of an will be non-zero. But what will be the coefficient? In the second order derivative it was 2. Coefficient of a2 was 2. In the third order, that was actually 2 factorial. In the third order derivative coefficient of a3 was 3 into 2, that is actually 3 factorial. So in the nth order derivative it will be like n minus 1, n minus 2 up to 2, and next terms will be terms in ascending powers of h. Let's put h equal to 0. Then on the left hand side it will be fn x, and on the right hand side it will be n factorial into an, and in the terms which are ascending powers of h, on substituting h equal to 0, all the terms will be equal to 0. So we will be getting an, which is equal to fn x upon a n factorial. So this is the constant an, not constant, this is actually function of x. We'll substitute the values of an's in equation number 1 here. So substituting the values of a0, a1, an in equation number 1, we get f of x plus h. The first term was a0, that means we will take n equal to 0. That means 0 order derivative of fx, that will be fx, and in denominator it will be 0 factorial, that is 1. In the next term we had a1 h, and a1 is f dash x, first order derivative of x, upon 1 factorial into h. Then it was a2 h square, that means f double dash x upon 2 factorial into h square, and so on, h raised to power n upon n factorial into nth order derivative of fx, and so on. Let's mark this as equation number 2. So this is the result of Taylor's theorem. So that means expansion of any function in Taylor series is given by fx plus f dash x upon 1 factorial into h plus f double dash x upon 2 factorial into h square plus so on, h n upon n factorial f nth order derivative of x plus so on. Its another form can be obtained by replacing x by a and h by x minus a. So it's another form. that is, so we have replaced x by a and h by x minus a. It will be equal to fx over here. That will be equal to fa plus x minus a into f dash x, in fact f dash a, plus x minus 2, x minus a whole square upon 2 factorial f double dash a, plus so on x minus a raised to power n upon n factorial f nth order derivative of f at a. Let's mark this as equation number 3. So this is the another form of Taylor series. Conditions under which above expressions are valid are: number 1, the function fx and its derivative must be finite and must be continuous in the range of definition of function, and number 2, the series on the right hand side must be convergent. In the form obtained in equation number 3 of Taylor's expansion, if we take a equal to 0, if we take a equal to 0, we get fx equal to f0 plus xf dash 0 plus x square upon 2 factorial f double dash 0 and so on f x raised to power n upon n factorial f n0 plus so on. Then the form so obtained is called the Maclaurin's expansion of x. This is called Maclaurin's expansion of fx. So we have done Taylor series expansion and derived Maclaurin's expansion from the Taylor series expansion, and we have done the importance of these two expansions.